All right, what's up, everyone? Welcome. Happy Monday. Happy new week. Let's take a look at the market. So if you are new, feel free to subscribe. So every day I go live at around 7 p.m. to do my pre-market analysis to look for the opportunities for tomorrow's trading session. I also review a little bit what happened today and of course prepare for tomorrow. I'm a macro trader. I look at FX, indices, commodities, mostly gold and oil, silver as well, and crypto, just Bitcoin, Ethereum. Basically, those are the two that I'm going to be looking at. So yeah, the goal is to try to see where are my A+ setups. I'm mostly a counter trend trader, so that's a little bit more of the setups that I'm going to be looking for. But even if you are a trend continuation trader, feel free to join, because if I'm not interested in looking for a setup, most likely it means that price has more room to run in that direction, so you can take advantage of that as well. Feel free to share with me any pair or asset that you want me to take a look at. Feel free to share what levels you are also looking to trade. So it's a new week. It's the day after the NFP, and you can see like there was a little bit of or a lot of momentum on Friday, and today it was mostly a ranging day. There was no movement. There is no direction at this point. Dollar ranging a little bit. The indices well, it looks like they were about to go retest the lows, but then pause, retrace, and now basically they're about again to go there. In terms of news, there's nothing going on until basically Thursday. To be honest, there is the FOMC meeting minutes, but usually that doesn't really create any big changes in the market. I think it was mostly everything explained during the last FOMC meeting. We do have an interest rate decision in New Zealand, and that's going to be interesting because we are expecting a 50 basis point cut rate. So there's maybe some volatility to expect in New Zealand, and maybe can affect also the Aussie pairs. And then you have CPI, like the main catalyst for this week is going to be CPI on Thursday. So when you are on Wednesday, we are going to take a look to see what can expect for the CPI. Before that, there's not really any point in doing so. Also, we are going to start with the earnings season on Friday, right? So that's something also to pay attention to, especially for the US indices. Which means that basically this beginning of this week is going to be mostly price action trading. Since we don't really have any big news to affect the market, to bring volatility into the market, it's going to be mostly price action. Doesn't mean that's going to be just in a range. Most likely price can find some direction as well. But there you go. It's pure price action. Sometimes every now and then during the month, we have these days where, or for a couple of days, 3 days, we don't really have any news, and it's going to be mostly price action and trading without those catalysts. So here we are on the dollar. So that big momentum to the upside with the FOMC price. It looks like it was about to go down, then up and down, and didn't really manage to go anywhere. And now basically price managed to break this wall, right? Again, maybe on the tick charts there's something else in here, but looking at 1 minute time frame, we did now manage to fake out, or at least to break the low that was created after this big push to the upside. Like, so we had a push, we had retracement, and then price started to go higher. That level has been holding price for all this time, and now, literally just a few minutes ago, price managed to break below this level of structure, which may start opening the door to go slightly to the downside. Or what you may have is actually the separation and the creation of a new phase in here. All right, because we did had a lot of this compression at around this level. Price finally turned. It was a really aggressive bullish candle, weekly bullish candle that you had last week on the dollar. A price basically made all this move, and now between this level, which is basically this structure that was created after these highs were created, and with the FOMC, we may have a new cycle. Right? So if by any chance we do fake out this low and price creates this gap in here, maybe then you can start using this low as a reference point, and price can start moving to the upside without really managing to break this level, which means that this level in here in the future is going to be a great level to look for a potential target. But that's just in one case, like similar to what happened maybe in here, right? So I had a big momentum to the downside, price then retraced, it fake out a level in there. It never really closed this gap in here, and then prices continue to move down, down, which makes now this level in here a really good level to look for the target. Basically, this move to the upside, that's the target that I'm going to be looking for. It's actually in here. All right. So I'm expecting more bullish momentum in here on the dollar index. Doesn't mean that's going to be already from here. It may mean my price may actually wants to go first down, but eventually that's going to be the level that I'm going to be looking to see dollar index to go towards to as a target, eventually above this structure in here, somewhere closer to that level in there. So that's something that I'm going to be paying attention in here on the dollar index. For now, more in terms of tomorrow's trading session. We may create, like we have literally now a structure in here, in here at this highs and at these lows for price to create liquidity. Right, so around this level, I'm expecting some kind of liquidity. We'll see what's going to happen during the Asian session. There's going to be any kind of move like this, so then we can create that move to the upside maybe during the London session, or if price basically just breaks in here, reacts from something like that, and then tomorrow we have something like that happening around the London Open. Right, so it's going to be interesting to see which direction price is going to be at around the London Open, and if you do manage to break a little bit more clear with this structure in here, or maybe to the upside, and maybe can try to trade the opposite. We'll see. Like it's going to be interesting. The momentum to the upside, it's there. Question mark is, are you going to retest this level in here before moving to the upside? That's maybe the question mark in here. And if by any chance we start breaking below this low, that's a big sign of potential reversal. Right? If by any chance you start breaking below this level, that can lead into a deeper retracement, and maybe all this was just a level to pick out some people or some traders and then to do something like that. We will see. Now this level is not bad, okay? Where dollar index is reacting is not a bad level. If you actually look left, it has been a level that has been respected a few times, and this level in here is also important, which is basically the level where price made the decision to start making all these move to the downside, so it's an important one. So yeah, we'll see. Apparently now the dollar index is moving a little bit to the upside in here. Right, so we need a bit more of movement in there. In terms of the indices, right? So good reaction from that supply, really good reaction. That high didn't really react from it. This high now reacted from the level. We could still even go slightly higher. Again, I haven't really changed my mind in terms of a little bit more in the bigger picture. I'm expecting price to fill this range. All right, we did manage to break that low, but as I mentioned as well, within the S&P, I could still see the possibility of price creating a new high, maybe fake out these highs in here. All right, so I could still see that possibility. I did mention the fact that maybe price could create or could react from this level in here to attract even more sellers into here. All right, to maybe more people are going to be looking to sell at around this level, which means that more people are going to start putting their stop losses around here, right? So that's basically where all those stop losses are going to be at. And with that being said, potentially price could just make one last push higher and then perhaps faking out and moving to the downside in here. As I also mentioned in here, right? Basically price has been respecting the levels of demand in here, basically the previous lows, that one, in here, kind of another one in here, another one in here. This was basically one of the last ones that was still fresh. Price kind of respected the upper edge in here, and now respecting that level. So we are still waiting a little bit more to see proper lows being broken. So let's see if this one at least managed to break a little bit more to the downside. And yes, at the highs, there's maybe still a few levels in here. If price doesn't even want to break the highs, I could see that happening. Again, I repeat that, but it doesn't really need to. What I like at this point is still continue to look for potential sales with the scenario of seeing S&P filling this space. All right, so that's what I would like to see. Nasdaq, again, the engulf is the same, and price is respecting basically the same level in here, right? So price is respecting the same supply level at around the structure. It's exactly the mark. So basically these green lines that I draw in here are levels that I'm expecting price to have some kind of reaction from, all right? Levels that I'm looking for price to go towards to, and then potentially look for a trade in there. Now the compression continues basically almost the same as on the S&P. Again, price going up, down, up, down, up, down. Basically respecting now this last level of the demand zone somewhere in here. And there you go. We still need a proper break to the downside that starts opening the door to go further down on the Nasdaq. and eventually that can happen, but we do need that wall first to be broken. In terms of looking a little bit more to the upside, if prices want to go higher, as I mentioned, this level in here at the highs is still fresh, while the S&P, again, if you do break the highs, basically we are already at all-time highs. On Nasdaq, we still have a little bit of this fresh level because price basically created this range in the middle, leaving this level behind. And there's still even the possibility, if Nasdaq does want to do that, for price to even go slightly higher above this high into something more in here on the left. All right, so that doesn't really mean that this high is going to be the top of this push to the upside, and price will just move to the downside from here. No, there's actually a little bit of a few levels a little bit higher that Nasdaq can still go towards to without even having the need to break new all-time highs. But there you go, again a ranging day in here as well. Even with the NFP, it looked like it didn't really create much momentum. It just basically filled this space that you had in here, but it hasn't really managed to break there. So let's see tomorrow if you're going to gain any kind of momentum on the indices. And yes, if price does break below that level, I could see easily price to go and do this, because all this has been compressed. I don't really see any fresh levels in here that can still hold price. All right, which means that as soon as price breaks this level, I think then there's all the room to go to downside. If price breaks this level and go higher, it's even better because it opens again the door to go to the downside. But at this point, it's going to be at a better price level, which increases the risk reward on this setup in here on the Nasdaq. So that's definitely something that I want to see happening in here. All right, so let's just create a scenario where price may break and go, and yeah, can even go that level in there. And on the S&P as well, if it does break that level, it basically has all the room to go to the downside as well. All right, so that could be a possibility. And again, you're looking for price to fill this price. In terms of the Dow, again, fake out that level and then just continue to react around this structure in here. Right, so again, good reaction from here, again back at these lows, which we do need also to see them being broken at around this level. So we'll see if that happens, and if price then goes all the way to react from somewhere around this level in here. DAX, yeah, DAX now also basically feel all this compression, reacted from that supply level and back at these lows. We'll see what's going to happen in here. There could be the chance where it can even fake out this low a little bit and react from this structure. And we do have that level above as well if price does want to go higher, right? So again, as nothing really has changed in terms of the spaces that we are looking for, and price has been reacting from within that level. Looking at crypto, right? So just continues to move to the upside. We mentioned also this potential long opportunity from this demand zone. And now price basically broke the trend line. Sorry, it started moving to the upside, and they are looking for price Bitcoin in this. Sorry, Bitcoin in this case to go all the way closer to that level. So that's a little bit of the next zone in here on BTC that we are going to be looking for. Ethereum definitely still has a little bit more room to go to the upside if the idea is to go closer to that level. And yeah, it's finding some. Yeah, the sellers are managing to push price down without even the need to go that high. We'll see how price may react from this level. Breaking these walls maybe opens the door a little bit to go further down in here. Now looking at the currency indices, looking at the Euro index, so it did manage to break that high, right? That was something that we talked about, and I'm curious to see how price may react around this level. Potentially looking for a move to the upside, maybe getting closer to this level again. Again, in the bigger picture, let's not forget about that. We are still a bit more bearish. I still like the idea of price actually moving and taking out these lows in here and moving a bit more to the downside. That's a little bit more of the levels that I would prefer to see in here on the Euro index. But we did manage to break above this high, which means that we could have the move to the upside maybe before even breaking these lows in here. So that's going to be something just to keep an eye on in here on the Euro index. We're going to have some bullish momentum on the Euro pairs or not in there. The Yen pairs, well, this was a missed opportunity. Unfortunately, the turn happened like 2-3 a.m. in the morning, like unfortunately. So it was a good recovery. Again, price looking for price to get closer to this level in there. Price started to break at around this structure. And yeah, looking at this point for price to get a little bit closer to this level in here for a potential Again, potential move to downside. We did manage to break, we are breaking these lows in here. Price kind of paused a bit in the middle. All right, didn't really reacted from this level. Or did? Actually reacted. All right, I thought it missed that level, but no. It actually reacted perfectly from there. All right. So it was a good level. It was a good level where price reacted from. Again, in the bigger picture, there's more room to downside, but for now, for the retrace, it looks nice, and price can definitely retest its structure and to see if there are more sell opportunities or sell pressure at around this zone in here. So that's definitely something to pay attention at this point on the N index. Again, on the other side, there were beautiful sells opportunities on dollar yen, euro yen, Aussie yen, and so on, as we will take a look in a bit. Right? But unfortunately, again, the moves from the highs occurred like at 1 a.m., 2 a.m., or 3 a.m. in the morning. And yeah, there you go. It's something that happens, unfortunately, and on the end pairs quite often. Nice approach in compression. Again, this approach in compression may eventually lead into a sell opportunity in here. Again, keep tracking the lows to see when you do have that break. Even if price now breaks this low, I'm not really looking to jump into a sell straight away. I actually want price now to approach this upper edge in here. So that's what we have in terms of the indices. Again, the N pairs actually moved quite nicely today opposite to dollar index in here. Now, looking at the individual currency pairs, we are going to start with euro dollar as always. So there you go. It's the same range as we had on the dollar index and the same level that was broken, right? So we have that specific high and it was just broken right now, and price found some sell pressure straight away. Again, I still like the idea of price moving a bit more to the downside in here. Price is respecting this low. I would like to see euro dollar moving a bit more to the downside, and maybe from here I could start seeing some buy pressure. Maybe not just from this level, but actually from here I would actually like to see some buy pressure at around this level. We do manage now to break above that high, so let it go down, fake out all these lows, and maybe tomorrow morning around the London session may have an opportunity to look to the upside and potentially go towards that zone. So that will be a little bit of the take that I have in here on the euro dollar. It looks like that price also or that level is in alignment with this previous level support resistance as well in here. So yeah, it's nice. It's a nice demand zone, that price never really reacted on the way up. Like these lows in here, they missed the level in here. Like there's literally kind of a space in there. Let me just look into detail if there's anything slightly above that price may react from, and not really the level that I marked in here. Right? Because this is the decision point. Like price went up, the decision point is in here and then goes to the upside, and then you have these lows, and none of them actually react from here. Like okay, the level is fresh from what we can see in here. All right, because none of these actually reacted from it. So yeah, I really like this idea. I really like the idea of looking for longs in here on the euro dollar from this level. All right, so we do have that level, and then you have the other one somewhere around here that price can definitely react from. Let me just check the 1 minute time frame. Yeah, so it changes a little bit the factor. 5 minutes. Okay, there's nothing in here on the 5 minutes, but when you go into the 1 minute time frame, we actually have this structure in here. So this level basically missed that level. The demand zone now becomes this one as well in here. Okay, and maybe something just underneath this. Okay, now you can see exactly where price actually reacted from this demand zone and managed to hold price up. And then below that, we are getting into the structure in there. Like again, this is the power of checking that the 1 minute time frame, and you start seeing where the levels actually end up being respected. And of course, you do have the extreme of the extreme, which is basically this low at this point in here. All right, I'm considering also this level. That's basically where I found the first resistance, and then price decided to go. Price already reacted from it, and after that, maybe created this level in here, which basically also already reacted from there in here. And there's the extreme in here, right? And then you can start looking a little bit into the higher time frame to see if there's anything that aligns with it. And yeah, and that's definitely something to keep an eye on in here, right? As you can see, maybe this level it's even quite nice as well. Something to bear in mind. That's the extreme that we just draw in there. Yeah, and yes, this decision point in here can be quite interesting as we just draw in there as well. So that's on euro dollar. That's exactly what I want to see. Basically faking out these lows, not just these lows, but also this low. And from there we can move to the downside, sorry, to the upside in here. At least find some buy pressure at around this level in there. So that looks actually quite nice. I like that on the euro dollar. Pound dollar, it's approaching also these lows. It's slightly different. Didn't really manage yet, sorry, to break this low. Euro dollar is slightly more bearish in here, but this level can be also quite important, and maybe price can find some support at around this level. It's a daily demand, maybe even weekly. Like it's a daily demand in there. It's a weekly level as well, right? So we'll see. We'll see what's going to happen. We had that big push to the upside, price turn, and now is retesting this level. It's starting to find a little bit of buy pressure in here. Again, we don't really have any highs being broken. Maybe broke a little bit of this level, but this is the key zone in here that we need to look for. And price may respect a little bit, create a bit more self pressure, and then we can go. Like again, the same thing. We can go into detail into the war time frame within this level to try to see with a little bit more precision where can we expect price to react from. Maybe have that extreme, maybe have that one as well in here, which basically price has been respecting this level in there. So that's just something to keep an eye on. Yeah, for some reason, yeah, dollar is finding some strength now. What's going on? Second. Yeah, the US indices are really moving down. Maybe someone spoke just right now. Yeah, I'm not sure. Market is moving. It's already correcting. Yeah, there was a spike to downside on the indices, but price is already correcting. Oh well. There you go. Right, so we'll see in here on the pound dollar what's going to happen. Price is finding some support or some buyers in here, so we'll see. Personally, I'll still like to see a new low being created in here before the final turn. So that's what we're going to be looking for. Euro pound, nice correction. Again, these candles, honestly, these candles on the opening, on the daily opening, they are just ridiculous. They are just ridiculous. They are literally the ones creating the bottoms. And yeah, and after that price just turns. So again, now maybe euro pound may have found the new range that is going to be trading. And yeah, maybe this is the new opportunity to be trading maybe the extremes up and down in here, or price may just even find some resistance, some ranging in between here. So yeah, but the overall zone is out here. Looking at the Aussie dollar, all right, so we had the continuation to the downside, like so we mentioned at this level in here, and similar to that level that I mentioned in terms of the target, and then price starts a new cycle. This is basically zone 3, then you have zone 4, then you start zone 2, and you start with this. The target, it will be always this level in here, and there is even a potential continuation to the downside from that level. Price hasn't really managed to break anything and just continues to break to the downside. Nice trend line as well. So we'll see what's going to happen. Honestly, I don't really expect price to hold in here, but let's see how price may react. I would like to see actually price continue to go a bit more to downside and maybe start looking towards more of this level somewhere in here. So that's going to be a little bit more of the levels that I'm going to be looking for in here on the Aussie dollar. But yeah, we'll see how price may react from that level first. The 4-hour time frame is kind of demand. Maybe on the daily also it looks like a demand, but I would need something else on the war time frame, to be honest. Seconds. This price is compressing in here. Yeah, it reacts from this extreme in there. I don't really like this level, that's the problem. Since I don't like this level, then I don't really like the low in here. Even though, yes, on the war time frame, if you actually analyze this level, there's potential reaction from this level, right? yeah, so let's take a look into what we can expect. Again, I'll be following, okay, I'm going to be following Aussie and New Zealand and everything that has been trending. This is exactly the type of opportunities that I like to follow. I like to see price either starting to be super weak or super strong and eventually losing momentum, because then you can look for some retrace. It doesn't really need to be a full reversal. It can maybe just be a retrace based back to this level, and you can find that opportunity to trade from. So that's definitely something that I'll be looking for. Again, this level in here looks nice as well. Maybe below all that structure. Yeah, that definitely looks nice in here. For price to go into below that level, so that also looks quite nice. So again, maybe there's a little bit of a structure in here. Hopefully, right? Hopefully the move is not going to happen overnight during the Asian session, right? So hopefully that's going to hold, and then price can just react from one of these levels. Maybe in here again, maybe in there, or potentially even into the next one in here. So that's for the Aussie dollar. I do like that idea. On the other side, we have Euro Aussie with a lot of momentum as well, so it managed to hold the lows. And I mentioned that I would like to see price actually going slightly lower. It didn't, kind of compress a little bit, and now finally gaining momentum. Again, you're looking for price to get into this level. Again, it's another one that you break the high, price doesn't close it, so then that becomes a target that you're going to be looking for. That's exactly where price is moving towards to, and you may even fake out the high, to be honest. We'll see how price may react around this structure. So nice reaction here on the Euro Aussie. Like maybe with the turn or with some kind of retrace on the Euro Aussie, you may find an opportunity as well on the Aussie dollar. Again, hopefully not overnight. Pound Aussie also moving to the upside. Basically got really close to this level. Now moving to the upside from here. So yeah, again, same story. Looking for price to go above that level into something else in there. So that's another one. We have New Zealand as well. It's an interesting one. So price is literally just going all the way. I don't really like this low, to be honest. I would like to see actually this low being broken, price maybe getting closer to this level in there. So that's a little bit more of what I would like to see into this next structure. In there, basically price spiked quite a lot in here. I don't really like it. So we'll see what's going to happen. Price is respecting it a little bit, but not yet any proper break to the upside. Again, there's a little bit of that level in there. That's one. But yes, I would prefer to see price actually going below this level. Yeah, I would like to see that. We'll see how price may react from within this zone as well, for potential continuation. But yes, we did manage to break above that high. That's nice. When you can work at the target, but this is the first structure that we have in here. Price can easily just go there and then move lower. Again, New Zealand on Wednesday, you're going to have the interest rate decision. So yeah, we'll see if there's a way to position ourselves before that or not. Then we go into the Aussie pair. So starting with the Aussie, and what a beautiful move. Unfortunately, as I mentioned, it was overnight where the top was created. Again, great reaction still from within this level, and then price just turned. Right, so it was initially respecting a little bit of that double top. Beautiful fake out. It was, again, it happened like at 12:30, something like that, UK time, and then start moving to the downside. And by any chance, when it was 8 AM, price was already way too low for my liking, and fill out this price. Beautiful. Like, it was a great move. Unfortunately, this will be definitely a move that I'll be interested to trade. Just it is what it is. My price now is moving the compression way, so we'll see what's next in here. Again, there's definitely the potential to go a bit more to the downside in here as well. Like, again, that 12 on the left side is really good. The approach has been quite great, and maybe price is going to go closer to these lows in here. Yeah, then we have dollar yen as well. So dollar yen also respected still that level. That's something that we also mentioned in here. There's maybe some sell pressure from that structure, and I do like this level. I do like this level in here in between. Basically, price is creating all this structure. I do like the level in there that price could eventually fake out into there and potentially then move to the downside. We'll see what's going to happen. We do have this previous level as well of support resistance in here. right? So that's something to bear in mind. Yeah, but I do like it. Again, price can even retest this level as well or go slightly higher. And price is reacting from a really good level on the left side, so that could hold price. Maybe if the dollar index does want to go lower as well, could help with the yen. But to be honest, the dollar yen has been more of a yen index move, so we'll see. We'll see what's going to happen here. But that's definitely a level that I'm going to be looking for. Same with the euro yen. So euro yen fake out slightly this high, but it's still reacting from that level in there. Basically now euro yen and dollar yen are reacting from the same level. Initially they weren't. All right, so euro yen was already reacting from that level. Initially dollar yen was reacting from this level, and now dollar yen went all the way, and now it's reacting from the same level. Like, so when we are looking at correlation, now both euro yen and dollar yen are reacting exactly from the same structure. And similar to the dollar yen, I do like this zone in here on the euro yen. All right, I really like this level. The price is creating out this range. Price is moving to downside. Let's see if price managed to come all the way back in here, maybe do something. Sorry, comes all the way back in here, do something like that, and push to downside before having potentially this price in there. All right, so I would like to see that. I keep this space open. Maybe price can react from this level support resistance. It's not a bad level for price to react from, but I would definitely like to see the idea of price going into this structure. Again, for me, it's kind of a gap in there, and it looks like a really nice level to look for a short in here on the euro yen. So I will definitely look for that. That's a setup that I will be paying attention to see if it happens tomorrow. So the yen pairs, they are definitely on my radar for tomorrow. Pound yen, kind of a similar. Again, pound yen already moved quite a lot to the downside. Basically, it's already filling this price in there, as you can see, getting really close to this level. As you can see, it also left this level behind. It ended up respecting that that structure. It was again another one that reacted from the highs at like, I don't know, 1 AM in the morning, something like that. It left this level behind in here, right? So it left that level. Price kind of created this range. So there's definitely still orders in there for price to react from. Let's see if price eventually is going to go back into this structure or not. I wouldn't like to see price reacting from a good level before moving to the upside, because otherwise maybe that creates a bit more of a bullish momentum. We'll see. We also need to pay attention to see, yeah, the high is still okay. All right, so the high is still okay. Price by any chance wants to create some selling pressure from here, it definitely can create it from there and push to the downside afterwards. Like, again, that's exactly what I'll be also looking in here on the pound yen. Yeah, so that looks nice in here. We can even look, actually I didn't pay attention to CAD yen, but what's going on with CAD yen? CAD yen is also moving downside. Okay, reacted now from this structure in there, so nice reaction. I could still see a bit more room to the upside. Yeah, I could see it. I could see price maybe respecting a bit of this level and going, even though we did manage to break below that level before we have this push up, and sometimes that looks like an engulf to the downside in here. All right, so when you do break a structure, and I have this structure in here, price decides to go down, then a big push up, usually that can lead into a selling pressure in here. All right, so that's something to bear in mind. And I do like this level. This level, actually, it was the one that made the decision to actually break down. And these highs in here, they never reacted from it, right? As you can see, there's definitely a space around this structure. Price never really managed to break below that level. So that's actually a really good level in here on the CAD yen. So again, similar story. Basically, price created, oh damn it. Basically, price created, where were we? Yeah, basically price created this structure. Price kept respecting that level. There's maybe a bit more room to the upside in here, or some have orders left behind at the highs. And that's a little bit of the level that I'll be also looking for in there. Yeah, this one can be seen a little bit as an engulf to the downside. Yeah, eventually, I would like to see maybe price respect a little bit this supply level, and then have the turn and go. Yeah, something like that. It will be, honestly, it will be quite nice to see on the CAD yen. Moving into the CAD pairs, and we have a really big momentum in here on the dollar CAD, and I like it. I really like it. Again, it's another one that has been trending for the last 4 days in a row. basically another big candle in here on a weekly time frame. Again, in my opinion, kind of, again, I don't like this low. I think that eventually there's more room to the downside, but that price now move upwards and they are looking eventually to see some reaction. I'm not sure if I'm going to be looking for shorts within this high. I could see price to go higher first. All right, so I'm not sure if I'm not interested. Price went up and down quite aggressively. I'm not sure if there's any any orders left behind at these highs. So that's something that I'm not really sure if I'm going to be looking for that. But I'm curious to see how price may react eventually from the zone above it. All right, so price reacted perfectly from this level. Yeah, it's definitely a nice supply in there. But price could eventually continue to go higher and have some other kind of reaction in here. All right, after faking out this high. So that's what I'm going to be looking for. Unless price actually goes somewhere in here and kind of starts breaking some structure, then maybe we can look for a sell. But for now, it looks like it's quite bullish, and outlet dollar card moving again didn't even manage to break below this structure. We definitely have this demand zone in here. So let it go. Let's continue to create this bullish momentum, and you'll see what's going to happen afterwards. But yeah, dollar card definitely, as it creates a lot of momentum and continues to go higher, eventually we're going to have some kind of retracement, can even be a retracement towards this level and then continue. So that's something I'll be paying attention as price goes and breaks this high. Looking at Euro card, which is also moving to the upside, right? So you managed to fake out the most recent low in here. So you broke the low, then you kind of fake out this level in here around the opening as well. And now it's moving to the upside in here. So price starting to compress again. That was a nice break to the upside, and price is moving upwards. Again, it's a bit tricky because of this big gap during the opening. Yeah, so again, it can go slightly higher. Definitely, maybe this is not the level to look for shorts. Maybe somewhere in there. But yeah, I'm going to actually just let Eurocard move a bit more to see what to expect next. I prefer to actually look a bit more for shorts on the dollar card as price continues to move to the upside. Then you have also pound card, which again, nice reaction still from this low. So we are still within this demand zone. It looks like that price can now move to the upside. It's fake out this level, and now it's pushing higher. All right. To be honest, I was not aware of this one, to be honest. Didn't realize that price was reacting from here. Yep, didn't have my alarms. Because this is a nice kind of reaction from that level. Yeah. All right. Yeah, Euro card, pound card can continue to go even higher. To be honest, somewhere closer to that zone, or even some reaction from here as well. Then we go into dollar franc Swiss again. Good correction on dollar franc Swiss. All right, approaching kind of the trend line again. This demand zone again where we created that push higher. We're looking for that push, right? We're looking for that momentum. So we'll see if that now going to resume the move to the upside or not. Like maybe we can even go out the way, react perhaps from something in here. Maybe fake out these lows in there and have a reaction. All right. All right, perfect. Gold, yeah, just continues within this range, right? So it respected that level, respected the other one, like it literally continues within this range. There's maybe still that level in there and something else. So again, not really touching gold, silver, quite the same. Just fake out one more time the highs. We create a new highs in here. Yep, where did it reacted now from? Like we are still bullish. Oh, perfect reaction exactly from this level. Actually, perfect reaction. I think we may have talked about that before. Good reaction from that level again. Big spike into that zone, and yeah, now back at the lows in here. All right, and then oil. right? Oil, big move. Yeah, big move. Initially, I missed the opportunity to look for that. I missed the sell opportunity first in here. Price missed my level by a couple of points. Made the move down. Then I was no longer interested in selling double tops. Like that's something that I learned from my mistakes, which is when price is literally moving to the upside. As a counter-turn trader, I like to trade the first move down. I don't really like to trade double tops when price now is retesting in here, especially knowing that maybe price can still continue to go higher. And if I don't really see any lows being broken yet, and then something like that, that actually shows that price has the intention to fully turn, potentially turn at the double top. I'm not interested in that. So yes, I avoided then the trade from here. And now price continues to go higher and it's approaching these highs, and eventually can even go somewhere closer to this level, right? So that can be also a nice withdrawal, a nice zone to look for a short in here, or potentially the target for these longs on oil can go all the way until there. Now, I'm not expecting oil to just continue to move in a straight line. If price by any chance is has the intention to react from there and maybe have a little bit of a retracement from there, what I'm expecting on oil is to start seeing some compression, right? Price has been moving quite aggressively, as you can see, just literally strong move to the upside, and we are in need of starting to see some weakness, right? We need to start seeing price maybe coming all the way back in here, respect this demand zone, go higher again, and we start it needs to start seeing some weakness, like some compression in here, until it eventually goes into that level. Let's fake out these highs. Let's take those highs from there. Maybe can have a reaction to downside after that, and then eventually goes into that zone, which is basically the level that I'm going to be looking for in here on oil. Brent is basically the same thing, also moving to the upside, kind of is the same high eventually that you could go towards to, even though that high actually has already been taken in here. All right, but I think that price can easily just break these highs as it's doing, then fake out this double top in here and find some kind of sell opportunity or sell pressure at around this level. Otherwise, then you are looking for oil to go all the way, or Brent to go all the way to 84.8, right? But maybe at around this 82 something, close to 82.7, something like that, maybe there can be some selling pressure in here. So that's what I would like to see, at least maybe to react from here towards there. Like at this point, the target that you're going to be looking for is from here. Like it's basically from here. So losing momentum again, we would like to see price or oil losing some momentum, and from here at least until this structure. And from here, price may continues to go higher. We'll see. I can eventually take these highs and can even start moving a bit more closer to that zone in there. Eventually, for a bigger target, if price actually then wants to continue to go lower, you can look all the way towards this level in there. Like that's a little bit of the beginning of where we have this break to downside. Price respected this demand zone, and we have this level left behind now, and then can lead into this bigger target if price wants to do that. All right, if eventually price wants to go all the way until there, then you can have that move a little bit more from this level. Like so, lose a little bit of momentum, maybe play a little bit around these levels in here of support, and then eventually goes there, fakes out, goes like, and then eventually can do something like that, and from here can go higher again. Yeah, so that's basically it. So that's basically it. Apparently now dollar index is actually gaining momentum. It was basically waiting all day until now the end of the trading session to see some momentum in the market. So just to 1 second. Yeah, you can see dollar index now gaining some momentum in here in the market. Yeah, dollar index. All right, so just to recap of what we talked about in today's live stream. Right, so again, dollar potentially continuation to the upside after the strong move during the NFP. Today was a ranging day. It looks like that market is gaining some momentum now at the end of the trading session, and I could still see price moving to the upside. looking for dollar index eventually to get closer to that level as a target for these longs. There is liquidity at above these highs, so that's something that I want to pay attention to, see if tomorrow during trading session we're going to have some sell pressure above those highs, or if price actually breaks and continues as a breakout setup in here. It's basically the opposite on the euro dollar, pound dollar as well. I really like this level in here on the euro dollar that I talked today and during the stream for a potential long, so that's a little bit where I'm going to be looking for, and the same thing on the pound dollar. Looking at the end pairs, I'm looking for more sell opportunities, which means this one a little bit more to the upside. I would love to see a retracement and then a continuation to the downside on the dollar yen, euro yen, pound yen, and so on. Some of those yen pairs already moved much more than the others. For example, Aussie yen, pound yen already moved much more. Euro yen, dollar yen, they're reacting from a really nice level on the left side, and I'm looking for a potential sell in there. We also have Aussie dollar, New Zealand, that they are being quite bearish at this point, so potentially retracements after such a big momentum to downside in the last few days. I think that could be also a possibility, but we first need to see some kind of confirmation that the buyers are starting to be present in the market. Dollar CAD on the other side has been quite bullish, and that's another one that I'm going to keep tracking to see a potential weakness and some kind of retracement. I like those trades. Indeed, not really trading completely against the trend, or at least respect that we are in a bullish momentum, but I think there's going to be opportunities to look for some retracements after price takes an important high on the left side. Looking at gold, I'm not interested, it's still in the same range. Crypto also a little bit more to the upside with Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? So price respected perfectly from the demand zone that we talked about last week, and now apparently actually is moving to the downside. But the initial move was good. Bitcoin, I was looking for price to maybe go slightly higher, but this value is not bad neither in there. Nasdaq and the indices, there you go. Now it's breaking to downside, right? It doesn't really change anything from what we mentioned last week. Looking for potentially price to fill this price, and those marks in here in green, they're literally levels that I'm looking for potential reaction. Price already reacted from this level. That there is still that one at the highs. S&P the same thing. As soon as you break below this low, I could still eventually see the potential for price to fill all this compression in here. And S&P same thing. Like S&P is already moving all the way to fill all this compression. Again, we have this price, we are bearish. That's our vision on our bias on the US indices. And that's basically just finishing with oil, that I'm looking really for oil to potentially react from those highs slightly higher, so let it continue to go a little bit more to the upside. I need to start seeing some weakness. I need to start seeing the sellers wanting to be involved in the market, otherwise I will just let price continue to move to the upside. But I think there's going to be a potential selling pressure as price gets closer a little bit more to the upside. So with that being said, guys, thank you very much. Feel free to join the stream. I stream every day at around 7 p.m. to do my pre-market analysis. Feel free to join, and let's look for opportunities together in the market. Thank you, bye bye, and yeah, if you're new, subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.